Breaking news, and this is a little bit scary. An FBI bulletin that was reviewed by ABC News. We have word that the state of California has been warned that there is a plot from Iran to be doing surprise drone attacks on the West Coast and mainly California. That's scary as somebody that lives on the West Coast in Washington State. But this is war, and a war that we didn't ask for. So keep your head on a swivel. It sounds like Iran is trying to attack us with drones. Let's hope that's not true.
California? Iran's threatening to do drone strikes off the coast of California. Okay, listen. Hey, Iranian government. Oregon here, the neighbor to California. Yeah. Hey. Listen. California hates him. Bigly. Okay, like probably the mostest. So I'm just, maybe the center of the United States, they love Israel and they love this. So maybe it's all I'm just saying. California is not probably the state you want to just over there, just a little bit further in the center. Okay.
Because why California? Why not Texas? Why not Florida? Why California? The FBI just warned California law enforcement about possible Iranian drone attacks. And I really want to know, why California? Why not Texas? Why not Florida? Hell, why not Georgia? The largest Democratic state in the country? Gavin Newsom's state? You mean the country that's been the loudest about opposing Trump? That California? Right, because here's what they buried in the fine print. Law enforcement sources describe the intelligence as uncorroborated and cautionary. And there is currently no evidence that Iran has the capability or plans to successfully carry out drone attacks on our coast. Uncorroborated is their word. That is what they said. And I need you to understand that Iranian drones are not typically considered capable of reaching mainland United States. And the coast of California is over 12,000 miles away from Iran, which is far beyond the maximum range of the current Iranian drones. So let me ask y'all something. A warning with no timing, no target, no perpetrators, no credible evidence, and no capability to even reach California. Released to the public today, on the 12th day of this war, about the bluest state in America? Look, I ain't telling you what to believe. I'm just telling you what the fine print says. I'm not saying it doesn't sound like a possible false flag by Is Not Real's Nanny Boo Boo, but I'm not saying that that's what y'all need to believe. I'm not saying that's what it is. Y'all read the fine print and you decide. Because
we're not this stupid, right? We understand that when this happens, this was our government. And by our government, I mean the United States and Israel that attacked our bluest state during a time where they need the most public support for a war that nobody wants. With drones that cost Iran $30,000 that probably could barely make it here if they wanted to, from a country that already told us multiple times they wouldn't attack us because the beef was with our government and not with the people. But for some reason, now they're sliding in the DMs of the FBI and sending them vanishing messages telling them now that we're going to attack California. We couldn't possibly believe. Do you?
You ain't got to tell me twice, Iran. Huh? Iran, you ain't got to tell me twice. Iran apparently the elective FBI hear them talking about us. And they said that they might be working on something to hit Cali. Now, I ain't the smartest tool in the tool shed, nor the sharpest. But I know damn well they ain't just telling all the business like that. Something fishy going on. Sidebar to my people in the tri-state. I ain't buying none of it. Head on the swivel with my left side on the chisel. Not buying none of it. Oh, they said they gonna hit over there? We've been burnt once already. Now, tri-state people, be ready. Be ready. Hey, listen, I'm calling up the cuzzos in Atlanta, seeing if niggas got room. I ain't got time. It's some cold fried chicken and a cooler full of cold Fagos and oatmeal cream pies in the third row of the goddamn caravan. Calling my name. Yeah, road trip. I digress. Now, they said they're going to be sending in drones and stuff like that. Unmanned air stuff, okay? I can't say everything on here. But what I will say is this, y'all. Be careful. If you're on that West Coast, be careful. Watch what you do. Don't be out here in public, and make sure you got emergency bags packed. Seriously. All seriousness. I'm dead up right now. Make sure that you got your phones on, all that D&D. This is not the time. Pay attention to what's going on, y'all. Okay? I'm just here to bring y'all the news. Pay attention, please. And not just California. Anywhere over there. Okay? I'm just here to bring y'all the news. I'm just a messenger.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm your presenter, Frikazo. Now, the news came out and it's saying that Iran is targeting California. Man, this has caused, some of the panic in the people and MAGAs in California because, like I said, if Iran can be able to do that, man, it might be so crazy. And then people are asking themselves, why California? Why not other states? Why California is being targeted? So some other people are calling it a rumor, but in this conflict time, there are rumors and different news. You might think it's rumors or they might be true, and people are saying that it came from FBI. So people are just wondering where Iran is going to attack, what time. They didn't give the time, give the place, but I believe if they're planning that, they might not give the time and the place. For what? So it is the information that is causing panicking within the people that are in California because they are wondering why California. And don't forget, California is one of the most important states in the United States. I'm telling you, it is like one of the important, it is one of states that support the government a lot. So it might be so crazy. And, I believe this information is not true. And if Iran can do that, from Iran is very far, very far. So I believe it might not happen, but you never know. You never know. This is the time of conflict and, it is what it is. So, folks, tell me what you think. So that have caused a lot of controversies, and I want you just to tell me what do you think about this. Let's watch some video together. I'll come back with more commentary.
Last night, I said who was going to be the first one to go through the Strait of Hormuz. Baby, it was Thailand. And Iran blew their fucking ship up. Them motherfuckers sitting on a boat taking pictures of them and the ship behind them. What are y'all not getting? Iran is not playing with us. China may get through. Russia can get through. Hell, even North Korea can get through. They even let fucking India through. They not letting nobody else through. You didn't ask. On top of that, California, oh shit. California. I said there was gonna be sleeper cells. I ain't know shit about no goddamn drones. You can't control them hoes. And everybody flies drones these days, especially in California, to get content. I'm just saying, if I was y'all, I would stay away from heavily populated areas for right now. Because this is not a fucking drill. The FBI has already confirmed this. Gavin Newsom's on the TV talking about, saying we are prepared. I can't be prepared for no fucking drone attack. Bitch, I'm staying inside. Cancel your plans for the fucking weekend. Make sure you got enough wine and enough trees to last you through. Because Iran is not playing with us. They said they had enough shit for us for 10 years, and I believe them. And at this point, Wigs R Us can't call a fucking ceasefire, y'all. In order for this to stop, we're going to have to serve that man's head on a fucking silver platter.
So the FBI just dropped a warning that Iran is planning a drone attack from a ship off the coast of California. And something smells a bit fishy. If you've been following my Gladio series, you already know what this is. But here's the catch. The intelligence is dated from back in February, before the US launched strikes on Iran. Meaning this was Iran's contingency plan. Essentially, if we hit them, they might be able to hit us back. Which I would argue is more of a deterrence than a direct threat, and is consistent with virtually every country on the planet. They all have some sort of contingency plan in the event that they're attacked. The FBI bulletin itself says they have no information on timing, method, target, or perpetrators. None. A nuclear policy expert from the Carnegie Endowment says they Iran doesn't have the range to pull this off, and even if they did, that it would be shot down very easily. And the 2 Iranian ships that would even be capable of doing this were destroyed in the first couple days of the war. So, once again, the bulletin is from February. The war started on February 28th. Why are we just now hearing about it on March 11th? On my podcast, The Mind Body Mushroom, we've been covering Operation Gladio, a NATO program where democratic governments ran secret terrorist networks and bombed their own citizens in order to manufacture consent for things that their public would otherwise have rejected. And this is documented. This is history. It's official. It's in the congressional record. The thing is, you don't always need the attack to happen. Sometimes you just need the population scared enough to stop asking questions and start demanding action. That's the Gladio playbook. Problem, reaction, solution. And the solution? Boots on the ground, expanded war powers, direct military intervention, and an expansion of this horrible war. The question isn't whether or not Iran has drones. The question is, what are you being prepared to accept? What do you think? Comment below.
Y'all seeing this stuff, man? So California, right now, today, on this Wednesday, March 11, 2026, they are saying that California could fall under a drone attack from Iran. So they got California on high alert, man. Somebody in the comments said, but Trump don't live in California. So why is California being targeted for a drone attack from Iran? And this is why I said earlier, they are saying that the war is completed in Iran. Basically, the U.S. has already won the war. No, the heck they didn't, man. This war is just getting started, man. Y'all heard about the mines, right? We talked about the mines earlier. Now, this is the first of its kind that I've heard about a possible drone attack in California coming from Iran. Now, this is why I said earlier, we underestimated Iran. We really did, because why are now all these big social media news outlets are reporting about this possible drone strike in California from Iran? I did research this stuff. I looked it up. Everybody's talking about it, guys. So all I'm saying is if the FBI and the government is on high alert for this possible drone attack from Iran, then the citizens need to be aware of this drone attack, because they could be saying that that's where they're going to attack at, and the whole time our focus be on California, but that drone attack could be in another damn city or state right here in the United States, man. So y'all be careful, man. Stuff is getting real out here. Thanks for...
Hey folks, welcome back. So when the news came out that Iran is planning to attack California, I just asked myself, why California? And then I've realized that California is one of the important states in America. Okay, so maybe that might be the reason why they're targeting California, because it is one of the important states in America that helps the administration. So it might be the reason. But I then ask myself how Iran is gonna do it. It is a bit impossible for them to do it because there were a lot of destruction of their equipments, so it might be a bit very hard for them to do that operation. But also, you never know, because they might not have enough information on what Iran has, which might cause something that can make California to be in bad. But I believe it's not going to happen, and people have just panicked, asking themselves, why California, not other states? But this is the time of conflict, so you get such information, you get such news, they just popping up from nowhere, and it causes panic. So the reason why is, in this time, it's time for the administration to inform the population. It's time for administration to give the real information, to give the updates of what's happening, so that people can be alert of whatever that can happen to them. Because sometimes you can promise people safety which is not there, and when they're affected, they just, they are not okay with that. And it's strange. And Americans are not supporting this, are not supporting whatever the administration is doing. So I believe that's why they're not getting enough information for that. So MAGA panicking, because of the threats from Iran. It might be true, but it might not be true. So on the percentage, I can give it to, is it like 10%? Yeah, 10% of possibility and 90% of impossible. Yeah, because listen, even if we're talking about this, the country is protected. Don't even think twice. The country is protected. So it might be hard for them to do it and for them to do that operation. It's not an easy operation. And we know exactly Iran used to do that. More threats, but some time, there is a time where people just keep giving you warnings and threats, and you just ignore them, and you just neglect it, thinking that they cannot do it, and you find yourself that, oh, these people are able to do that when they have already done, and it might be also hard for recovering the damage. So I believe this time it might not happen. So there is no need of panicking, there is no need of panicking, but this is a proof of people that supports the person who don't care about them. Yeah. If you support the person who don't care about you, this is the proof. If you vote against your own interest, this is the proof. Because all this can be avoided. Even if you ask the Markers, what's the reason you are in this conflict, it might be very hard for them to explain to you why they are doing this, why they are in this conflict, why they are supporting this conflict. It might be hard for them. So hearing this information, and you are MAGA in California, you just get scared, you just be terrified, because you ask yourself, man, is this the man who promised me not to bring wars? Is this man who promised me not to go into wars, to end the wars? Why is this happening to me? Why? So you start asking questions, you start asking yourself, why is it happening? Why California? So this is the proof of voting against your own interest, and you don't have anything to say on this. Yeah, migrants don't have anything. You don't have power to stop him. So you get warnings from different people. From the black woman, Kamara, have warned you, telling you that, you know what, this man you're voting, he's going to take you into war. You better be careful. You better be careful, because he might take you into the situation that will be hard for you to get out. And right now, we are seeing it with our own eyes. Yeah. So imagine if that happened to America. Imagine if Iran do that to American land. Recently, you've seen the guy told you that, he doesn't know if he can be able to protect the people. Yes. You never know. He doesn't know. So it is a clear proof that, man, things might go the other side, and it might be very hard to repair the damage. And then another thing is, people who are losing life in this conflict, man, and people who are getting injured, man, it's crazy. People have never expected these things to happen. And 2026, people have never predicted like these things will happen, like this and that. Man, it's so crazy right now. People are facing whatever that is happening, and the conflict, instead of stopping like the way the Orange Man have announced the win, it's escalate each and every day. The conflict escalates. Iran doesn't have even thought to stop. So they want the US to repair the damage. They want, man, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. So I believe we all care about the safety of the people, and we pray that this not to happen, because we don't wish to see such thing. And may God protect wherever that is Iran is targeting. That's what I can say. But people panicking, man, mostly the MAGA, man, you F around and find out. That's the reality of what you did. That's the reality of what you voted for. You voted for the person not to take into wars. Right now, America is fighting. All right, folks, let me know what you think about this. What do you think? Why Iran can target only California? That's the question. And if you have an answer, please tell us in the comment section. Don't forget, subscribe. I'm your presenter, Fikazo.